Happy Wednesday, everybody. Have you ever heard one person's scrap is another person's treasure? Well, we're going to show you what we can make out of this today. These are white oak. It is 1/2 inch thick, 2 inches wide. I've got some other 6-inch wide boards. It was a display case from a store that closed down here in town, and it was free. So you can't beat free. Let's see what I made with it today. The downside with these boards is there's a lot of these brad nails going through and they're real hard to come out. They'll break real easy. Torch them, heat them up, and twist them out with the pair of pliers and they'll come right out. I'm not too worried about the scorched look on this because we still got to sand it down, and I want the rustic look anyway, so that's just going to add character. The boards look really good. They're not really as rustic as I want them to be, but it was, cheap. So we're going to use this, and this would be a perfect pallet upcycle project that you could use for the project we're trying to do. The dimensions we're going to go with is 18 by 27, and it's going to be two directional, meaning the bottom layer will be going horizontal and then the next layer will go vertical. So we're going to start with the bottom layer and cut it to the 18 inches in width. And if you'll notice, they've got one ugly end here on the side, so this will be the end we cut off. I put a scrap piece up against my fence, that way whenever I go to cut it, it'll be free and won't bind up. So I've measured 18 inches from the scrap, and that's where we want to lock down the fence. Now we can just go through and cut all of our bolts. Now that we got those cut down to size on these, we're going to go ahead and sand them down and get them glued up. Now that we're waiting on the glue to dry on this one over here, we can go ahead and cut these down, which is 27 3/4 inch, the length of the board that we're glued up now. So these will be 27 3/4 inches, and I set it up the same way with the stop block clamped to the fence, and we can just cut them right out. Now that we've got all of our lengths cut to size, we're going to sand these down while this continues to dry. The good thing is, with these being painted, the rustic look I'm looking for, I think I can get out of sanding it. That's really a nice rustic look I'm looking for, so that would be just perfect. So I've got all the short slats sanded up, and they've got a real nice rustic look to it. Got them here. This is what will be glued together. I'm going to take this one apart and go ahead and glue this one up. So as you can see at the back of the table there, I've got a square with a makeshift fence that I've got clamped to my bench. That way when I glue these boards up, they'll all be flush and even as I go down the line. Even though there's only 16 inches from the blade to the end of the throat, with a spiral blade you can cut from side to side. You just need to take your cuts real slow. I made it 99% around this entire thing and only have this to go, and it's pretty much straight lines, and broke the blade. It's alright though, it happens. It's good to have a little magnet around so you can get down and dig around, and once you hit it, you can get it out. So, a little handy little magnet that I keep on there. So I traced out the pattern around the backer board, and we're going to put a light coat of the amber shellac around just what we traced out. The outer piece will do some Danish walnut. A real simple glue up project. You can scroll saw out, use it for wall art, you could use it to sell at craft shows. The cutout piece itself, don't forget, you got two pieces. You can add this, glue it to a backer board, or just hang it freestanding like that. Where I'm from, there's a lot of deer hunters, there's a lot of nature, and these are real popular around here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Scrap wood doesn't always have to be scrap. You can find something creative to make out of it. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. And always remember, be kind to one another.